Radical.
Got some various Nintendo news for you guys and gals with a Switch that might be interested in. Got some various news for you guys and gals that have a Nintendo Switch. First off, they say that there's no end in sight to the hardware shortage, specifically the chip shortage. No end in sight for that. That's sad news for a lot of you that maybe can't get your hands. Maybe you can't get your hands on a Switch or an OLED Switch. Any Switch. We already know it's damn near impossible to get a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. And, I mean, an Amico, you can't even get your hands on Amico, right? I mean, well, that's not part of the chip shortage. Because I think they run on potato chips. Am I right? First real bit of news is Nintendo releases its top 10 best-selling games. And you might be surprised with some of these. I have not played any of these, just being transparent here. All right, so the 10th best-selling game is Ring Fit Adventure. That's a surprise. That's a surprise to me. Number 9 is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu / Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. What, is that one game or like a split game? I guess it's like one game. Pokemon, number 8 is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond / Pokemon Shining Pearl. That has 14.65 million. I guess I should mention the actual amounts. And the other one has 14.53. I want to know what makes Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Sorry there, that was my stomach rumbling there. I ate a lot of food. What makes that 0.12 better than the other Pokemon? And Ring Fit Adventure was at 14.09 million. 7, Super Mario Party at 17.78 million. 6, Super Mario Odyssey, 23.5 million. That's a heavy hitter. 5, another Pokemon. 3, count them, 3 of the best-selling top 10 Nintendo games of all time happen to be Pokemon games. Pokemon Sword / Pokemon Shield, 24.27 million. 4, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 26.55 million. I'm interested to see the numbers on that, also for the Wii U. I'm pretty sure, even though the Wii U didn't sell that well, I'm pretty sure that everyone that has a Wii U had a copy of Breath of the Wild. Number 3, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, 28.17 million. If I had a Switch, this would be probably the first game I would buy on it. Number 2, Animal Crossing New Horizons, 38.64 million. And number 1, the Big Daddy, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 45.33 million. Does that surprise any of you? Also, what might not be surprising is zero third-party games on this list of bestsellers for Nintendo. Last bit of news is the president of Nintendo, Fukit, I don't know his name, Fukiara. I'm sorry, I could look your name up, I suppose, but I already read the article, so zoom. Fuki says that they're really concerned about moving on from the Switch. They're concerned about the future, and they want to get things right. Well, of course they do. Of course they do, because the Switch has been one of the most popular, successful consoles ever for Nintendo. In fact, let's see, the PlayStation 2 number is 1.55 million, I think. And I think the Switch might be a little bit over, 100 million. I'm sorry, my numbers are off here. Well, the PlayStation 2 basically sold the most of any gaming console of all time. And the Switch is no slouch. But I'm curious to see what would the Switch be at as far as sales if there were zero shortages in the Switches, like if there were no shortages. Back in the PlayStation 2 era, there wasn't really a shortage, right? There wasn't a shortage ability to produce the PlayStation 2, to my knowledge. When I say to my knowledge, I mean, well, I don't have any knowledge of that. I'm just taking a wild guess. I'm not the best at this game news, but I have fun. Okay. They're concerned about the future because they look at transitioning from one console to the other. The worst transition, I would say, for Nintendo would be the transition from the Wii to the Wii U. That was a bad transition, a very bad transition. And the Wii U, outside of maybe the Virtual Boy, was one of the worst selling consoles ever for Nintendo. Now, I'm seeing here that they're about 2 years away. Going to squeeze about 2 more years out of the Nintendo Switch. Because, I mean, it's selling incredibly well. The games are selling incredibly well. The thing about Nintendo that sets them apart from the Xbox and the PlayStation is a lack of focus on power. So it's more or less those, first-party games for Nintendo. Hey, there was just a Kirby game that came out that looks really great. So, Nintendo seems to have it when it comes to creating really great first-party games. The problem with Nintendo is, of course, well, there's many problems that Nintendo has. They're very anti-consumer in many ways, but when it comes to producing quality games, they are not. I probably could have extended upon maybe that last bit, but I'm not. I think this will do it for tonight. 5-10 minutes talking about Nintendo stuff. Yeah. By the way, don't have time for a separate upload, but the Grizzlies destroyed. They whooped Golden State's booty tonight by about 40 points. So after seeing that, I will say Warriors in 6.